What's going on, world? It's your boy Holiday Zay with Zaygen Photography, and today I'm going to give you guys a photography tip for my novice, my beginners, my people who are new into photography and don't quite know how to navigate around their cameras or their settings. Today's specific thing is going to focus on shutter speed, how it's important, how to function it, and how to utilize it to get a good exposure in your image. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, do your boy a favor, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you are here from other content such as cruises, yes, your boy does photography content as well. We're getting back in the swing of things, and whatever else we might get our hands into, it'll be here. But yeah, today we're going to focus on a tip for my new photographers, and one of the three important factors when it comes to getting the right exposure for your shots. And today we're going to focus on shutter speed. Hopefully by the end of this video you have a better understanding, more clarity on what shutter speed is and how it affects your image. And when you're on the go or under the pressure, you won't have to think twice about how to use it in whatever environment that you are in. First and foremost, I'm going to give an analogy in this video, and I'm going to do this because for my own personal thing, I had to watch multiple videos. I chose to watch multiple videos because it's always better to get a good and clear understanding, especially when it comes to something like photography. And sometimes you may be under pressure. You're new to it, you're panicking, you start to sweat, and then you just lose everything and you just freak out. And you don't want to do that while you're in front of a client, okay? You want to provide comfort and security while in front of your client. So hopefully by you investing time and learning how to use your camera or just about photography in general, this video will help, I would hope, many people out, because I personally watched multiple videos and it's like it wasn't clicking for me. And I came across one video and it's like, oh, now I get it. You know, so hopefully this video is that key factor for someone understanding how to utilize shutter speed. So now, getting into it. Shutter speed is this. Think of it as this. The higher your shutter speed, and what I mean by that, and this is good if you have your camera in front of you, I have mine, okay? The higher your shutter speed, and what I mean by that is 1/2000, 1/3000, 1/5000, 1/7000, 1/8000, or 1 possibly higher, okay? The higher your shutter speed means the faster your curtain is going to open and close. With that, with your curtain opening and closing extremely fast, it's going to limit the amount of light that enters through your lens, okay? That is a high shutter speed. A lower shutter speed, 1/100. 1/250, 1/300, 1/500, okay? The lower the number, the slower your curtain is going to open and close, which means the more light is going to enter your lens, okay? Those are the differences. Now, let me provide you with this analogy. If you have a cup, and you're either in your restroom or your kitchen, and you have your faucet, you put your cup underneath the faucet, and I'm talking slow, not because you guys are dumb or slow or anything. I want you guys to understand as best as possible, okay? So that's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. You have your cup, you put it underneath the sink, and we're speaking on a high shutter speed, okay? You open the valve and close it as quickly as possible with the cup underneath the faucet. So it's boom, boom. How much water do you think is going to fall into the cup? Not much, okay? So the faster you open the valve and close it, the less amount of water is going to fall into the cup. The higher your shutter speed, the less amount of light is going to enter through your lens and hit your sensor. Okay, so the faster you open the valve and close it, the less amount of water is going to fall into the cup. Now, moving over to low shutter speed, 1/100, 1/250, 1/300, 1/400, okay? You have your same cup underneath the same faucet, and you have your valve. If you open it slower and close it slower, by doing so, you're going to allow a lot more water to enter your cup. Okay, so you have a lot of water and you have a small amount of water. So with the slower valve, okay, with your camera, you are going to allow a lot more light to enter through your lens and enter to your sensor. What that can do is that can overexpose your image. So if you've done that and you didn't quite understand what happened, you had a lower shutter speed, which allowed so much more light to come in through your lens, and it blew out your image. So now there's less color. Everything is just white. It's blown out, okay? Now, this is a different thing, but you have a thing on your camera called a histogram, which allows you to see if your image is either under or overexposed. And typically, you kind of want to have it balanced, but it just depends on, you're the creator. It just depends on what type of look that you're going for. But in most cases, you want a nice balance for your image, okay? But again, you're the artist, you're the creator, however you want to go about it. But hopefully the water valve analogy gives you a much better understanding of what shutter speed is on your camera. The quicker you open and close your valve, the less amount of water is going to enter your cup. The less amount of light is going to enter to your camera, okay? So it's going to be darker depending on what you have going on. The longer you leave your valve open, the more water is going to enter your cup. The longer it takes for that curtain on your camera to open and close, the more light is going to enter through the lens into your image, all right? Now, this can be a pro and a con, two different examples. If you are in a controlled environment, such as a studio where you can control the lighting, the flashes and things like that, you're in a controlled environment, it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to navigate through your shutter speed. And once you do that, you won't have to touch your shutter speed because you're in a controlled environment. You are in a controlled lighting environment because you are in control of the lighting. It's as simple as that, okay? So once you play around with it and you continuously take practice shots, you see that the lighting is perfect on your subject, boom, it's right there, everything is synced, okay? And you're good to go. That's in a controlled environment when it comes to shutter speed. Moving into an environment that is out of your control, such as being outdoors, okay? Say you're outside on a very, very sunny day, okay? You have your camera, a lot of light is coming in through your lens, hitting your sensor. What would you do? In that situation, you're gonna have a higher shutter speed because you want that curtain to open up as quickly as possible and close to not allow so much light to come in, okay? Now, if you're outside, you're gonna have to consider that the clouds may come and cover up the sun. That's gonna affect your shutter speed, right? So in that case, you might have to manually decrease the shutter speed to 1/500, 1/600, whatever the case may be, to keep it open just a tad bit longer so you can get more light to come in to illuminate your overall image, okay? Now, if we're going into flash, that's kind of a different topic, but kind of similar as well, All right. So that's being in an environment that you really can't control. So that's why it's very, very important to understand what shutter speed is and how it can affect your image. When you have so much light, you may need to increase your shutter speed. If you don't have enough light, you want to decrease your shutter speed. And I get how for some people that may be confusing and or intimidating. And when you're on the spot and you have a client in front of you and you feel as if they have all the confidence in the world in you, but you don't have confidence in yourself, that can start to mess with your mind, and then you just start panicking, and then you, oh my gosh, this isn't working right, that isn't working right, and then they're looking at you like, okay, does he or she not know what he or she is doing? And you don't want that. Like I said, you want to have all the confidence in the world from your client during your session. So hopefully that analogy, the water valve analogy, was something that made it click for you. You've watched multiple videos when it comes to shutter speed, and it's like, oh my gosh, these professionals, they're using terminology that I don't understand. They're using examples that's not really clicking with me. Hopefully the water analogy is the thing that did it for you. So yeah, that's pretty much shutter speed. I'm not a professional. I don't classify myself as a professional. I choose to remain a student in the game and constantly learn. And with me considering myself to be, you know, like intermediate or beginner, I want people to see me as of a similar level who are just getting involved, who is just getting involved with photography as well. And it can be overwhelming, but I encourage you to always do your research, always study it, watch multiple videos when it comes to a specific thing that you're trying to learn, such as shutter speed. That way you can have an understanding and go out and practice. Practice on family members, practice on, you know, your dogs, cats, if you have kids, a nephew, niece, whatever you can, practice, 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 okay? So hopefully this video was very helpful. Hopefully, like I said, it resonated with someone and it made that click go off with someone, and it's like, okay, wow, I understand it now. Thank you. No problem at all. All right. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. There will be more photography tips in the future, and possibly some photo shoots and behind the scenes and things like that in the future. Yeah, so you're gonna find a little bit, not of everything, but select things here on this channel. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you for watching. Always, always, always be grateful and embrace the day. And until next time, peace.